Hello everyone, welcome to a special discussion about Skyrim systems and mechanics on the Magicka Addict channel. For those who don't know, Skywind is an in-development project of a total recreation of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind built from the ground up in the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim engine. I will leave the links in the description so you guys can look them up. Also check out the Skywind playlist on my channel if you are interested in updates. In this video, we chat with the systems and coding team and get some questions answered. So let's get into it then. Hello team, I wanted to talk about the character build system, races, birth signs, classes and attributes. I understand all of these systems will be back in Skywind, but I have some specific questions. Are all the heights and weights of the races being edited to match Morrowind's values and behavior? In Morrowind, height influences the speed with which a character moves upwards or downwards while swimming or levitating. Running speed is directly influenced by weight. Heavier characters will move faster than lighter ones despite having the same speed attribute. Here is the reply by the Skywind team. You may pause the video and read the answer while I offer my commentary. The decision to have a player's encumbrance impact their movement speed is highly appreciated, as armor weight was a significant factor in Morrowind. In Morrowind, where distances were vast and fast travel was not possible, having heavy armor consume 2/3 of your inventory and reduce you to a snail's pace was a crucial and noticeable consequence of your gear choice. This kind of consequence is absent in Oblivion and Skyrim, where characters could move quickly regardless of their armor and had instant cost-free travel from the start. I am glad the Skywind team is getting that Morrowind feel here. The current system of unrestricted fast travel in those games diminishes gameplay by eliminating the low points or downtime between combat encounters in Oblivion and Skyrim. By simply opening a digital map and instantly traveling to the next objective, the sense of adventure is lost. I really hope they disable the fast travel feature for Skywind as well. Next question. If we use the Morrowind character creation system and create a male orc character who's blessed with high strength and endurance, we then create a female Breton character who has a bonus to intelligence and willpower. If both of them face off in a fight using melee weapons, the orc wins. If both of them face off in a fight using only magic, the Breton character wins. If both of them start running, the Breton character will win the race due to their higher speed value. All of these character defining abilities were absent in Skyrim, and it was very difficult to start with specialized characters. How is the Skywind team overhauling the character system that will enable us to create varied characters? Very cool that the Skywind team is getting back attributes both for the player and the NPC. We will get that Morrowind feel at the start when building multiple characters. More importantly, we can start playing with highly specialized characters. I'm excited. Next question, will Skywind's leveling system be structured like Morrowind's, where progress is determined by 5 major and 5 minor skills and miscellaneous skills don't count towards level advancement? Awesome! Do note that the Skywind team will get all 27 skills that were present in Morrowind. Skyrim only had 18 skills. 9 skills out of 27 contributing towards leveling is fine by me. But let me know what you guys think about this leveling system. Next question, let's talk about the combat system. In Morrowind, your character may miss an enemy entirely depending on fatigue, luck, agility attribute value, weapon skill and armor stats. With no concept of hit chance and dice rolls, how will the Skywind team give us the Morrowind feel? Same thing with spell chance. Can a character with level 5 mysticism always cast a mark and recall spell and never fail? I'm happy that attributes like strength, agility, luck along with fatigue are being considered in the combat formulas. But in Morrowind, the difference between a character with a longsword skill at 25 and 75 is very noticeable. It's a mechanical way to show how your character has progressed. I wonder if we will feel that difference in Skywind. If a character's axe skill is at level 5, then in Skywind they should hardly do any damage. This can only be tested when we get the build. The problem is that Skywind only has one statistic, damage, while Morrowind had two statistics, chance to hit and damage. Also, I'm not sure what I feel about this. Fatigue gets too low and you'll start swinging your weapons slower. It remains to be seen with this mechanic if the player will have to monitor their fatigue levels all the time. If yes, that will feel like Morrowind. But again, we have to test the build to see how this affects strategy during combat. Regarding spell chance, I'm fine with gradually reducing spellcasting cost as your skill in a certain school of magic increases. That is a reasonable trade-off. I don't want warriors to be able to use mark and recall magic if their mysticism skill is at level 5. If everyone can cast spells all the time, then there is no concept of specialization, right? Let me know your thoughts on Skywind's combat implementation. I would like to know how the enemy scaling works. Most enemies in Morrowind were not level dependent and they never level up like the player. I would love some kind of an update on how Skywind is tackling enemy scaling. Great work by the Skywind team here. I am very happy that enemies have fixed levels and are not level scaled. In Morrowind, lockpicking and trap disabling were based entirely on the character's skill, emphasizing role-playing over the player's direct ability. So 2 questions. Will Skywind eliminate the lockpicking minigame introduced in Skyrim? Will we get a Morrowind experience where we equip a lockpick and attack a door or a chest, and there's essentially a dice roll to see if we are successful? So the Skywind lockpicking minigame is retained. No. But the Skywind team will continue to use a combination of security skill, agility, luck and lockpick quality. If you have not played Morrowind, you may wonder what this lockpick quality is. Unlike Oblivion and Skyrim, Morrowind had multiple types of lockpicks like Apprentice lockpick, Journeyman lockpick, Master's lockpick, Grandmaster's pick and more. These were standard grades of lockpicks and each had a different lockpick quality value. Morrowind's chance to pick a lock also had a complex formula. Your chance of success depended on this calculation. Stats modifier times equipment modifier times fatigue modifier minus lock difficulty. If the result of that formula is 0% or less, then you get the message lock too complex. Looks like in Skywind we won't get this message. You can attempt to use player skill and even pick complex locks. I wish this was not the case because I don't like minigames, but okay, it is what it is. But interestingly, the Skywind team is using pure character skill for probes and traps, which is really cool. For those of you who have not played Morrowind, probes are items used for disarming traps. We have multiple grades of probes like Bent probe, Apprentice probe up to Grandmaster's probe. So even trap disabling used character skills. Now I have a follow-up question for the team. It is super cool that you are building a dice roll system for traps. Will we have to equip a probe and attack a trap door or chest? If the user's security skill is low, will disarming a trap take many tries like in Morrowind with the message "Disarm trap failed"? Also, now that you are building a dice roll system for traps, can we see RPG lovers use that system for lockpicks too? You can just simply reuse the trap system, right? Maybe we have a gameplay setting. Those who want to use the minigame can choose to do so. Nice! In Skyrim, there were no skill checks when disabling a trap. Skywind traps will feel more like an RPG. I love that. Okay, let's talk about the disposition system. Increasing NPC disposition up to 100 is purely character skill based in Morrowind. In Skyrim, NPC disposition increases by doing quests for them. You can decrease it by harming or stealing from them. Which approach would the Skywind team prefer? Amazing, we will have the best of both worlds. We will have the Morrowind style persuasion system along with Skyrim's in-dialogue speech checks. Love it. Armor and weapon conditioning. Skyrim got rid of weapon degradation and weapon breaking. Will the Skywind team introduce Morrowind's conditioning system and the armorer's skill? The good old repair system, which was yeeted out by the Skyrim developers. Maybe there was a reason. In Oblivion, weapons wear out far too quickly because the damage formula is nothing but multipliers. You quickly devolve into a wet noodle unless you're repairing after every few fights. This is exacerbated by the health pools of enemies in Oblivion, as more hits would equate to more damage dealt, which equates to more durability loss. So they decided to get rid of it in Skyrim. But the Skywind developers are faithfully recreating the Morrowind durability system, which is awesome. Next question, faction systems. In Morrowind, factions have favored skills. Advancement in a faction depends on your character skills. The Great Houses and Vampire clans have faction exclusivity. Will Skywind follow the same design? For those who have not played Morrowind, every faction had skill requirements. For example, favored skills of the Mage's Guild are Alchemy, Alteration, Destruction, Enchant, Illusion, Mysticism. As you can see here, as you rank up factions, your faction skills too have to keep up. Such a cool system was removed in Oblivion and Skyrim. Very happy to see the Skywind team getting back faction goodness. Haha. Next, Morrowind's vampirism was unique, and playing as a vampire in Morrowind was an extremely difficult and isolating experience. How will the Skywind team tackle vampirism? A lot of purists don't want a feeding system in Skywind. Experiencing less content was the inherent design in Morrowind. Will the Skywind team stay loyal to this philosophy? Morrowind's vampirism was a unique and isolating experience. Immortality and superhuman abilities are great, but with that comes isolation. I like that design principle of Morrowind vampires. I hope the Skywind team retains that feel. Maybe the Skywind team can add 10 to 15 extra quests for the Onde, Burn and Quara clans. That would ensure there is adequate content for Skywind vampire characters. I just hope they don't add feeding systems like in Oblivion and Skyrim. Please Skywind team, please retain the original vampire feel. Alright, Skywind team, please tell us about the armor and clothing system. Skyrim's super limited armor slots is very sad. So I am very happy that they are getting back pauldrons and greaves. Great work Skywind team. Okay, last question. Given the rapid regeneration of fatigue in the Skyrim engine, what is the difficulty in recreating the original Morrowind hand-to-hand mechanics? In Morrowind, hand-to-hand damage is initially applied only to a standing target's fatigue, with health damage occurring only once the target is rendered unconscious. I hope the system can be recreated. Okay, looks like this system is work in progress at the moment, and I hope the team can implement the hand-to-hand mechanics of Morrowind. Alright guys, that was the discussion of the systems and mechanics of Skywind. I want to thank KM, the coding lead of Skywind, for answering my questions for the community. Also special thanks to Dalsifo Diaz, 2D lead, for the coordination. Do you have questions regarding the mechanics we discussed today? Please write in the comments below and I will get them answered for you. I shall see you soon for another Skywind update. May Vivek, Almalexia and Sotosil watch over you.